Ad Astra, my fellow human space flight and space exploration enthusiasts. I had the night sky as my background as I started this video because even though artificial light pollution has almost obliterated any chance we have of, seeing the stars in an urban environment, I say they are still out there waiting to be explored, no matter how many millions of years it takes for humans to, not just achieve near to light speed travel, because FTL or faster than light travel is only possible in science fiction, at least now, but speaking strictly in current scenarios, I see one Mars mission at least in my lifetime if I'm lucky. And I'm taking a lifetime to mean about 84 years, because 42 into 2 is a nice number. So if I live to be 84, I'm kind of certain that I will see a successful Mars mission, fingers crossed. Peanuts for everybody who knows the NASA joke about peanuts being the good luck charm for the space programs of yesteryear. So a quick recap of the major stuff that went down in space exploration. Polaris Dawn, if you don't know what that is, check it out ASAP, because Polaris Dawn just smashed a bunch of records which are going to hopefully get broken very soon. First things first, there were 19 people in orbit, the most there have ever been during the Polaris Dawn mission, which was of course powered by SpaceX, right? The Falcon reusable rocket, and that in itself is an excellent testament to SpaceX doing one of the best and in fact the brightest thing for space exploration since the space shuttle. And the Polaris Dawn mission used the Crew Dragon, which was tested and evolved into a self-sustaining airlock, no airlock, without an airlock spacecraft, completely vented out to the vacuum of space. Highly risky maneuver, and yet they carried it off without a glitch, and absolutely amazing. Credit must go to Jared Isaacman for spearheading and bankrolling this project. Then there is the Indian space economy scenario, which is very up and coming. It holds a lot of potential, lot of promise, and leading the way, at least in terms of testing, is a very nice company named Agni Cool Cosmos, who tested their Agni Barn reusable rocket, I guess. Even if it's not reusable, it has a 3D printed rocket engine, which is very unique in itself. So NASA, of course, is continuing with its space launch system tests, and the Artemis program is going to put people on the moon in the next decade. They did send a spacecraft around the moon successfully. So, and that brings me to India's manned space program, of course, Gaganyaan. So to prepare for that, an astronaut will be going up, an Indian astronaut or Gaganyatri will be going up to the ISS as part of the Axiom 4 project, if I recall correctly, which will also be launched by SpaceX. So just like my head eclipsed the sun over there, I'm hoping that these little records will be broken pretty soon, if not immediately, in the time scale of space exploration, which is decades, because you can just imagine Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are just entering interstellar space after 50 years in space. They were launched in the late 1970s, and the New Horizons spacecraft that had a close approach of Pluto was launched a decade before it made that encounter with Pluto. So it's these kind of timelines and these kind of calculations that have to be spot on, and trajectory corrections, all sorts of unintended consequences, like Voyager 1 recently was almost lost, but thankfully engineers and scientists managed to get us back in contact with it, and that is in itself a pretty big achievement. And ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, continues to break new ground now and then. Chandrayaan 3 was of course a massive success, and I think it's great that India is also aiming to become a space power. We already launched satellites for a lot of other nations, and I'm hoping that our own program of space exploration will continue to evolve and just reach new heights, literally. So I'll end with a little bit of trivia. People might assume that Mount Everest is the point that is closest to space on Earth, but it's actually Chimborazo. So check it out if you are interested in that sort of trivia. And I must say that if you are indeed a space exploration and human space flight enthusiast, then I hope that you will join me in wishing the young generation, my daughter Advitya, who is 1.5 years old included, that they will explore the stars and reach for the stars, go to the stars, starting with, of course, our natural satellite, the moon. The moon is not visible right now. And then, of course, the red planet, Mars. So you can read about what I think about the lunar colonization and Martian colonization in my science fiction book, An Android Awoke. It's on Amazon and select channels. And on Earth, I travel and think and write about the things I think and the places I travel to in my book, A Life Afloat, which is also on Amazon. So thank you so much for watching so far and for indulging my idiosyncrasies about spaceflight. And in conclusion, I will just say, check out my other space exploration videos for awesome acts fun. And namaste, take care, stay safe.